Emotional stability is often confused with age, but the two are not the same. Time passes for everyone. Growth happens only for those who reflect, learn, and choose self-mastery. A person may live many years and still react impulsively, avoid responsibility, or depend on external validation. Another may live fewer years yet develop patience, clarity, and composure through intentional effort. What truly signals maturity is not how long someone has lived, but how they respond when life becomes uncomfortable. Emotional stability shows itself in moments of pressure. It appears in the ability to listen without becoming defensive, to disagree without hostility, and to face uncertainty without panic. This kind of steadiness is built through experience that has been processed, not merely endured. It comes from learning to pause before reacting, to understand one's emotions instead of being controlled by them, and to choose responses that align with values rather than impulses. For many, this stability is deeply reassuring. It communicates safety without needing to promise it. A calm presence suggests reliability. Consistency in behavior signals integrity. When someone demonstrates that their mood is not easily shaken by circumstances or opinions, they create an environment where trust can grow naturally. Growth, therefore, is a decision repeated over time. It requires humility to admit mistakes, courage to change patterns, and discipline to maintain emotional balance even when it is inconvenient. The inspiring truth is that maturity is accessible to anyone willing to practice awareness and accountability. It is not a reward for aging, it is the result of conscious development. In this light, emotional stability becomes a form of quiet leadership. It influences others not through control, but through example. It shows that strength can be calm, that confidence can be gentle, and that wisdom is most visible in how a person treats others when no advantage is at stake. This is why stability resonates so deeply. It reflects not just experience, but evolution. Genuine presence is one of the most powerful forms of attraction, yet it is often overlooked because it cannot be faked. It is more than simply being physically near someone or offering polite attention. True presence means engaging with someone fully, with awareness, intention, and sincerity. It is about giving your attention not as a performance, but as a gift, allowing the other person to feel truly seen and understood. When a man practices this kind of presence, it creates a sense of comfort, trust, and deep connection that is far more compelling than charm or superficial gestures. Being fully present requires listening beyond words. It means noticing tone, emotion, and body language and responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. It is not about waiting for your turn to speak or trying to impress. It is about immersing yourself in the moment and prioritizing understanding over judgment. This presence communicates respect, patience, and emotional intelligence, signaling that the relationship is valued and that the other person's feelings matter. Presence also manifests in the way someone carries themselves. It is in the calmness of their voice, the steadiness of their gaze, and the authenticity of their actions. A person who is present does not rush, does not interrupt, and does not manipulate situations for immediate gratification. Instead, they offer attention without expectation, and their calm, focused energy naturally draws others in. This kind of engagement makes a woman feel safe to open up, to share her thoughts and feelings, and to connect on a level deeper than surface attraction. The impact of genuine presence is subtle yet profound. It transforms ordinary interactions into meaningful experiences where trust and understanding replace doubt and insecurity. When someone demonstrates this level of attention consistently, it becomes a hallmark of reliability and emotional intelligence. It is inspiring because it shows that connection is not about grand gestures or fleeting excitement, but about consistency, awareness, and sincere care. In essence, presence is a silent magnet. It communicates value without words and fosters intimacy without pressure. By practicing genuine presence, a man shows that he is capable of more than fleeting charm. He demonstrates that he can create meaningful, lasting connections built on attention, understanding, and respect. This is the kind of presence that leaves a lasting impression long after the conversation ends. Respect is the cornerstone of meaningful relationships, and it goes far beyond simple politeness or superficial gestures. When a woman feels genuinely respected, she experiences a sense of validation, safety, and recognition that creates the foundation for deeper attraction. Respect in this context is not about agreeing with everything she says or doing everything she asks. It is about valuing her as a complete, independent individual while engaging with her honestly and thoughtfully. It is about seeing her perspective, honoring her boundaries, and treating her as an equal partner in every interaction. A man who embodies respect does not dominate conversations or try to assert control. He listens actively without interrupting and responds with thoughtfulness rather than defensiveness. He acknowledges her opinions even when they differ from his own and avoids diminishing her feelings or experiences. This type of respect demonstrates emotional intelligence and maturity, signaling that he can engage in a relationship without ego or insecurity clouding his judgment. Respect also shows itself in actions, not just words. It appears when a man keeps his promises, follows through on commitments, and demonstrates integrity consistently. It is present when he allows her space to grow, encourages her ambitions, and supports her independence rather than seeking to limit it. Small gestures like attentively remembering what she shares or being considerate of her time reinforce the understanding that her thoughts and needs are valued. When a woman senses that respect is authentic and unwavering, her attraction deepens naturally. She feels safe to express herself fully, to share her vulnerabilities, and to trust that she will not be judged or manipulated. This trust is crucial because it allows intimacy to develop without pressure, games, or insecurity. Attraction rooted in respect is enduring because it is built on a stable foundation rather than fleeting excitement. Ultimately, respect is not a performance, it is a reflection of character. It communicates maturity, empathy, and self-assurance. It shows that a man values connection over control, understanding over dominance, and partnership over ego. When respect is present, desire evolves into admiration, and admiration grows into a bond that is both meaningful and lasting. In essence, respect transforms relationships from temporary encounters into deeply connected experiences where both individuals feel recognized, valued, and genuinely understood. Wisdom is one of the most compelling qualities a person can possess, but it is rarely demonstrated through words alone. True wisdom is shown through behavior, choices, and the quiet confidence that comes from understanding life's complexities. It is not about telling others what to do or showcasing knowledge. It is about navigating situations with insight, patience, and intentionality. When a man embodies wisdom, it becomes visible in the way he handles challenges, interacts with others, and remains grounded amid uncertainty. A wise man does not rush to prove himself. He does not seek validation through loud declarations or superficial displays. Instead, he moves with purpose, considers consequences, and acts with calm discernment. His decisions are guided not by impulse or pride, but by experience tempered with reflection. This kind of wisdom inspires trust because it signals reliability and sound judgment, qualities that naturally draw people toward him. Wisdom is also evident in the way a man treats others. He listens more than he speaks, offering guidance only when it is needed or requested. He understands the value of perspective and seeks to comprehend before judging. This creates a sense of safety and respect in his interactions, allowing others to feel acknowledged without fear of dismissal or criticism. Wisdom in this sense is a silent form of leadership. It influences without dominating and teaches without preaching. Another hallmark of wisdom is patience. Life presents constant challenges and unexpected outcomes, and a wise person remains composed through both success and failure. He understands that growth and learning are ongoing processes, and he approaches setbacks with curiosity rather than frustration. This steadiness is magnetic because it contrasts sharply with impulsiveness and uncertainty, qualities that often generate tension or insecurity in relationships. Ultimately, wisdom is about integrity and action. It is about aligning words with behavior, values with choices, and presence with intention. It inspires respect, fosters trust, and creates meaningful connections because it reflects a life lived thoughtfully rather than carelessly. A man who demonstrates wisdom does not simply age gracefully. He evolves gracefully, showing through example that maturity and insight are earned, cultivated, and expressed in ways that resonate far more deeply than charm or experience alone. In essence, wisdom is not something to be announced, it is something to be recognized. It is a quiet, powerful force that elevates interaction, strengthens relationships, and leaves a lasting impression long after the moment has passed. In the end, the qualities that draw a woman to an older man are less about age and more about essence. Emotional stability creates a foundation of trust, showing that challenges can be faced with calm and clarity. Genuine presence fosters connection, demonstrating that attention and understanding are far more powerful than superficial charm. Respect deepens attraction by acknowledging individuality and equality, building bonds rooted in trust rather than control. Wisdom, finally, embodies maturity in action, guiding behavior with insight, patience, and integrity. Together, these qualities form a complete picture of what truly matters, a man who is steady yet attentive, confident yet humble, discerning yet empathetic. Desire is not sparked by appearances or experience alone. It is cultivated through authenticity, awareness, and the quiet demonstration of character. When a man embodies these traits, he does not need to prove his value. It becomes evident in the way he navigates life, treats others, and creates meaningful connections. Attraction, trust, and respect are inseparable when rooted in these principles. A woman's unspoken questions about stability and genuine attention are answered not by words, but by consistent action and presence. In this way, true maturity and emotional intelligence become the most compelling forms of magnetism, leaving an impression that lasts far beyond first impressions or fleeting moments. Ultimately, the lesson is clear. Desire grows where authenticity, steadiness, and respect intersect. By embodying these qualities, a man inspires not just attraction, but admiration and lasting connection, a bond built not on age, but on character, awareness, and integrity.